Hi friends, there was a really interesting podcast / stream with the devs of Apex Legends. And when I say devs, not just any devs, but the main man, Chad Grenier. And in this stream, a lot of interesting possibilities were revealed about the future of Apex Legends. So I thought I'd break them down and cover them today in this video. The first interesting thing I want to pick out from this podcast was something Chad said. Let's have a listen and then we can talk about it.
Next season, season 9, you're actually going to see a ton of Titanfall coming back into the game in one way or another. So I've told some people before, like, if you're a Titanfall fan, hang on for season 9 because you're going to have some really cool stuff in there.
As you can tell, it looks like in Season 9 and beyond, the events of Titanfall are going to get closer to Apex Legends. They didn't give away any specific details, but it was very interesting and they gave some strong hints on what we could see in terms of content from the Titanfall games coming to Apex Legends. Of course, we've already seen a lot in the lore. For example, we have Blisk and Ashe in the story of Apex Legends now, and of course they were originally from the Titanfall games. So it's definitely possible we'll see more characters arrive in Apex Legends from Titanfall, not just in the lore, but maybe even as legends in the game. It was also very clear that they don't intend to separate Apex Legends from Titanfall. In fact, it seems the opposite. It sounds like they want to integrate Apex more with the Titanfall universe. Of course, we know Apex is set in the same universe, but it seems like they want to bring the events of the war that was set in the Titanfall games closer to what's happening in the Apex games, through the story, but also through the gameplay, through the legends that are introduced, and I think this means that Season 9 could be really epic in terms of where Respawn takes Apex Legends. Now we also know the arena mode is likely to come in Apex Legends Season 9, so it's possible gameplay in that arena mode will be based around the Titanfall games, not just in terms of lore as I mentioned, but potentially in terms of game mechanics and game modes. And I wonder with this, could we see wall running come to Apex Legends? Even if it is just in these arena modes, it'll be really interesting to see what happens here. But one thing's for certain, there's definitely a promise from Chad that we will see more Titanfall come to Apex Legends in Season 9. Another really interesting point talked about was that we will be getting cross progression. Chad said very clearly that they're working on building it and it will come to the game. It sounds like the reason it didn't come with crossplay is because it's very complex, and Chad did say there were some surprises that they've had and they were still working through how cross progression would work, but it does sound like they're not too far away from it. He didn't really give any timelines, but it's possible we could get it in Season 9 or maybe Season 10. If you don't know what cross progression is, it's essentially what will allow you to carry your account across different platforms, and by account I mean things like the legends you've unlocked, the skins, the badges, all of that kind of stuff you've unlocked perhaps on your main account, whether that be console or PC. With cross progression, you'll then be allowed to carry that across any platform. So for example, if you have an Xbox account and it's got every legend, you've got loads of badges, loads of skins, you'll then be able to load on your PC account and have all of that same content you've unlocked on your Xbox account appear on your PC account. I think this will be a really great feature for those of you playing on different platforms, and it's going to be the perfect complement to crossplay. Another interesting point covered in this podcast was around custom games, or private lobbies as they called it. For those of you that watch the ALGS tournaments, you'll be aware of these private servers that are available in Apex Legends, where private or custom games can be hosted and created, and people can join them through a special private code which they can enter. Now, at the moment, these are mainly done for tournaments and very specific events, but it's not just open to the general public, and Respawn tend to be quite selective with whom they give out these private access codes for. Along with this, there's also the issue that these private codes, so whenever they have these tournaments and events, only work for PC players, which means console players can't really get involved in these private lobbies for these kind of tournaments or events. The good news, however, from the podcast is that this will change in the near future. From the way Chad talked about it, it sounds like the part of allowing console players to join private lobbies is ready, or very close to being ready at least. This means console players will be able to join private lobbies for events and tournaments, and Chad also made it clear that these lobbies will support crossplay as well, so console players will be able to play with PC players in these private lobbies. And like I said, it sounds like it's very close to being ready, so I believe it could actually come with the launch of Season 9. The second part of this though is also the ability for people, the general public, and also communities like us on this channel to be able to use the same functionality whenever we want to create custom games and have fun with friends and as a community without needing to request special codes from Respawn. Good example of this is actually Call of Duty Cold War, where you can create custom games and you've got the option there to join with your friends in a custom game, customize the rules, choose which maps you go on, which game modes you play, all of that kind of stuff you've got the ability to do all by yourself within the game. So if this kind of functionality comes to Apex Legends, which it sounds like they are working on, and Chad did say they're actually working on building currently, I think this could be an amazing feature for Apex Legends. Not just for people to have fun with their friends, but communities like us, where we can have a lot of fun. And you can be sure, when I have my streams on Saturdays, if this functionality comes, we'll definitely make use of it. We'll have a lot of fun on stream as a community. So I can't wait for this feature to come in Apex Legends. It's going to be awesome for sure. For this part where it's open to the public, I do think it might come in Season 10 rather than Season 9, just because the way Chad made it sounds like there's still some development to be done. So we might have to wait till Season 10 before we get this feature available for everyone. One thing we know for sure though is that it sounds like Apex Legends Season 9 is going to be the best season yet. It sounds like it's going to be so epic, there's going to be so much great content arriving, I can't wait for it to come. I should say a massive credit to Brown Girl Gamer Code for hosting the devs in their recent podcast. The clip I showed at the start of this video was from that podcast, and it was a really great and interesting session. I will put a link to the whole thing in the description below. Oh, by the way, before we finish, fun fact for you. Did you know 75% of the Switch players are actually new to the game? It's just something I heard on the stream I thought I would share with you. I hope it means that Apex is going to continue getting bigger and better in the future. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Come join our community of friends. For now though, thanks for watching and I'll catch you later.